Hello everyone. Today I will introduce to you track setting of visual dispensing software. First, let's take a look at the right track setting is here. This setting track. Then click the left button to open the track and edit interface. First, let's look at the function bar on the left, trajectory movement. Here, like this icon. This icon is a mirror icon. Then you can click to see it. Click OK to see the red track has been mirrored. Flip left and right. It's a mirror. You can click to see, and the next one is the up and down flip. You can click it. This is the up and down flip. These functions are for a track. Quick operation, including the following one, is for moving forward, backward, left, which is in millimeters. Then enter 2 for 2 millimeters. Then you can move it. And the trajectory will be translated as a whole. You can also select a point to translate it. You can also select a point to translate it. You can also select all of them and then translate it and translate it. This is a rotation operation. Now it's 5 degrees. This is counterclockwise. You can also change the angle. Change it to 5. This angle is in degrees. The angle is in degrees and the value is in millimeters. Now it's 5 degrees. This is clockwise. And this is a scaling ratio. You can see the magnifying glass, just like a magnifying glass. Plus sign means zoom in, and the minus sign is to zoom out. This can also be changed to 1.2. This is the magnification. You can take a look. Here are some quick operations on trajectories. Okay, let's take a look at this part again. This is a command for deleting. Add and create a new command. First, look at the bottom. At the bottom is a brush. The function is to delete track. Click and confirm. All the tracks here are deleted. There are no tracks here, right? Then when you create a new track, click on the pen-like tool above, pen tool. The function is to create a new track. After clicking, the icon will turn red. Then you can click the left button here. Then determine the track you want. Right-click to confirm. The track will become a corresponding list of track commands. Then when everyone clicks on the track, he will turn green in this track. And then there's the addition trajectory. The premise of increasing the trajectory is that it must be. Click the track point of the track you want to add. Then you can continue to add tracks behind the previous one. To continue adding tracks. Then right-click to confirm. So many tracks are added, right? Okay, then we delete this track for him. For the newly created track, you can see the trajectory I just made is a multi-segment trajectory. Then you can see that there is a track isometric setting in this place above. Trajectory equal length setting. And now every track pulled. No matter where I move the mouse, no matter where I drag the mouse, this length is equal to the length of the previous track. Are equivalent, you can see. Right? No matter what I do. When you are operating, you can draw more evenly. If you set the track like this, the dots are more uniform. And the machine's jitter and vibration are relatively small. This is an equal length setting. When drawing arcs, you can use this command. I'll explain to you later. Another operation of drawing arcs. A round place like this. You can use this multi-end line. Make up for it, paragraph by paragraph. Then you can also directly use the full circle command. Look at this C-shaped circle. Is drawn. Then I will introduce another way to draw circles. Also create a new one. Then we find 3 points on the circumference. To determine 3 points, right-click. Then you can see there are 3 points here, right? Click the middle point. Select the middle point with the mouse, then right-click. Then you can see there is a drop-down function bar. There's an arc point. Click this, and it becomes an arc. Then this arc can be dragged, and can be dragged freely. The arc determined by these 3 points can be dragged freely. This is one of the ways. There is another way to create a new one. Let's draw a straight line. which is equivalent to pulling a diameter for the circle. Then right-click to confirm. And there are only
you get a
2
parameter
points.
over here?
Right. There is an arc angle.
Arc angle.
Then you must be below this line segment, the endpoint of the line segment. Then enter the angle you need. And enter 90. You can see that the angle has become 90 degrees. It's 90 degrees. When
right?
Adjusting, the endpoint is here. Use these 2 points. If you usually draw a circular
I suggest
arc,
using the 3-point method,
because the 2-point method is not easy to adjust.
If it's a complete
later.
circle,
you can see 360
it's a full
degrees. If it is a full circle, you can draw it with this amount, which is easier to draw. This is 180 degrees. Here are a few ways of arcing. Okay. Next, I will introduce to you some parameters of track settings. First, as you can see, there are 3 trajectory parameters. Trajectory, I'm going to start with a few dots, and empty running. The default is the track. As you can see, after I draw this line, the trajectory appears immediately, right? And this default. But the default value can be changed. You can see the default here. See, here you can choose. For example, if I draw a track now,
I'll change it to dots.
I create a new one. You can see that. Right-click to confirm. You can see the newly generated dots here, right? What the default is. So what you create is what it is. Of course, you can change it after creating it. Now it's a track. Right. I'll change this track to a dot first. Then it can be changed separately. Right. You can change it separately. Then we can also batch operations. The mouse to pull this list from number 1 or number 2, from the top, and pull it down. Then you can select. Then click this dot, and it will be batch points, right? There is another way. You can single select. Then I press 2, then hold this control. Press the control key on the keyboard. Then you can select one by one. You can also select one by one
and then
like
change
this.
it to track.
I single select these and change them all to trajectories. If it's continuous, we can pull down like this. If you want to jump, use Control. Press Control and then click the mouse. These are some shortcuts. These are track and point marking and empty running. Then I will explain to you. The track and I'll demonstrate it to you later. I'll delete this triangle. Delete it and draw it again. Now, I'll draw a new one. Okay. Okay, then create new dots. And create a few more points. Okay. Then give the timing of the dot. Set the timing. Then you can take a look. Right, everyone can see. This is the difference between the track and the dot. Okay, we'll come back and watch. You can just see. The track is continuous, right? It's continuously extruding. For the dot, it is to punch a dot at every place. It stops every time it reaches a place. Empty running, as the name suggests, is a 2-stage track. An empty run connecting 2 trajectories. And look at this. There is an open delay. Off delay? Let me explain the opening delay to you. The open delay can be used for marking. You can see, here's a dot. Here's an open delay, right? I gave 20 for the delay. It's in milliseconds. That is to say, every time a dot. Then stop here and glue out for 20 milliseconds. Every time it reaches a point, it extrudes for 20 milliseconds. It is an impact of opening delay on RBI. And what about an effective start delay on trajectory? That's when the delay is on. It must be at the starting point of the trajectory. Here, if you give 20, it will be at the starting point. First, extrude glue for 20 milliseconds. What about the delay? It's only valid for the endpoint of the trajectory. This is also the endpoint of the trajectory. Is only effective at the endpoint of the track. After the track reaches the endpoint. Then we can add more glue here. Then again, Stop the glue. That's it, and I can show you that. Let's delete it first. Then I'll give a little more for this. And give 500. So it's obvious. Okay, then I'll give 500 at the end so that everyone can see it clearly. I'll pull it longer. Otherwise, the spacing is too short. Okay, you can see it comes out here, stop, right? You can obviously see. This is the open delay of the track, right? There's a lot of glue. And here's the off time delay coming out a lot of glue. You can adjust these two parameters. Adjust it according to the product you are making. So let's move on. I just showed you the on delay and off delay. And here, this opening delay can also be changed. For example, uniformly. I enter 50 here, then click on the pen-like tool next to it. And click it. Look, you can see that the opening delay here has been changed to 50. Which is more efficient. The same is true for off delays. Then like the speed change to 200. Then click the button next to it. Do you see it? The speed has also become 200. Then at this speed, if other conditions remain unchanged, the faster it is. Then we dispensed glue for this one. The thinner the line, the faster the speed, the thinner the trajectory line. That's it. And then this. Height. I'll write a new trajectory program for you. Then you can see. So, here are the 3 dots. And the track is continuous. Right. If I give the middle point a 20, it will normally go up a triangular slope. Like this. Such a trajectory will come out. You can see that. I'll slow down the speed. Okay, let's take a look how this trajectory goes. Okay. As you can see, he was pulling up a ramp. Right. This is the effect of height. If you say, there are many points inside, and each point can be given a separate, height. This height, with the external dispensing height, is a bit different. This height is superimposed above the dispensing height on the outside. This height is now 20, plus 15 outside, the total height from the black countertop. 35 height. Remember this? And then, let's take a look. There's a clearance here. See? This avoidance operation. I'll find a special product for you first. Let me show you. So you can take a look at the product. There is a height difference for this product. Suppose I draw a line on the left side of this product, and then draw a line on the right side of the product, but in the middle. If I just move it over, then the needle will definitely hit the product, and hit the product, right? Then I'll demonstrate it to you here. First, we need to make a template. Make a template for this thing. Delete the original track. And create a new one. Then I'm here. Then I'm going to run here. I'll run here and then back. Okay. And here. This thing in the middle here, it's convex. So I'm going to give an empty run in here. As you can see, change it to a blank run. After the empty run, the line turns yellow. Right? I'll give it an empty run. Then, for example, on this side, I'll draw another track. This is the first track, right? After hitting here, then we select this point. And here, there is a B photo. See? And change this no to yes. Then we can set the height here. Now I set this 20 should be enough. Next, then it runs here empty. And then, run over here, right? And then come down here, and then lift it up after passing here. So we click this point, and change it to yes. That should be basically fine. Then put the speed. Change it to a slower. Change to 20. Okay, this operation is basically completed. Then let's check the dispensing height again. This should be adjusted to the dispensing height. You can take a look. This is the dispensing height. This is the current head height. Then the template should give about 38. Give 44 the dispensing height. It's probably like this, right? Then we can. Let me give you the range. Change the range to the maximum. Yes. Okay, let's take a look. This is the obstacle avoidance operation. Can you understand it? Right? Come back, and let's continue to look down. This is an obstacle avoidance operation. Then lift it up here. Then go down here. Then come back. Lift it up here again, and go down here. So this obstacle avoidance. Just give the endpoint of the trajectory. Are these 2 points enough? This is a trajectory obstacle avoidance. Next is the graphic adjustment. This is for adjustment. This is the arrow we see. Together, then line width, then the arrow, and so on. We drag a progress bar. As you can see. Then the cross is effective for the RBI. We'll change this to RBI. Usually a cross. As you can see, and you see no crosses getting bigger and smaller. This is for your convenience. Then the wireframe can also be changed to thick and thin. Everyone can change it to the level that suits them. The following is the glue valve editor. Let's take a look. After clicking it, then here, you can set the order of this glue gun here. This is the glue gun sequence. Then we can click this to modify. The order of his glue gun means which valve works first. ITRXR13, right. Then we can change it to 1, 2, 3. And then save it, right? And then this. In the order of glue valves, the numbers here cannot be repeated. If you enter duplicates, it will report an error. That is to say, which valve is used first. The 3-stage trajectory is hit with 3 different valves. The order of this valve can be adjusted arbitrarily. And then there's this needle model, which is generally used for notes. For example, we use a 24-gauge needle for our no. 1 valve. After saving this, next time we open this program, everyone will know. Then the no. 2 valve should be fitted with the no. This is convenient for everyone to note 25 needle. And remember, 1 operation at a time. Okay, that's about it. And then there's the redraw template. Redraw template. Here it is. In this graphic, if the template we made before, if it's not done or the place it made is not easy to recognize, we can click on the redraw template. After clicking redraw template, we can do recognition such as in other places. We can do recognition Suppose again. This place is easier to identify, right? Then we can re-recognize it here. Then we can download it and take a look at the test. This template is changed here. Then you can see the trajectory. The track is not moving, right? The position of the track remains unchanged. It's just that the position of the template recognition has changed. You're going to use this redraw template feature. You may have questions. Can't I re-edit it with an external editor? This re-editing is also possible. But if you re-edit it externally, I can show you again. If we re-edit it externally, and I edit it back, then the position of the trajectory will change. You can see that. The position on the track will change. So if on the same product, if the template is not done before, and need to redo the template, then you need to use this template. Redraw with this template. In this way, the previously edited track position will not change. This is the operation. Okay, next is the quick board. Let me tell you about that. This is also a better function. Bad board. It means that the products we have glued, product. Then it can be identified by the bad board. For example, we have half of a batch of products. Some have been glued, and some haven't been. Then when we get back to work, the camera will identify it. If you didn't make this bad board, the products that have been glued will be recognized and at this time. Next, I will operate it and use this graphic again to glue it. Okay. Then delete the track. You can see here. Now, all of them have not been glued, right? None of them have been glued, so normally these can work. Right? We tested it without gluing it. Next, we will apply glue to one of these products. We glued it. Let's give it a 20. Okay, then the template height is subtracted. No glue. Take it off. Then we only glue one product. Okay, everyone can take a look here. You can see here. Isn't this the glue dot just applied? Right? This one has been glued normally now, but if I test it normally, it can still be recognized normally, right? Okay, I click to the maximum. You can take a look. You can see that it can still be recognized normally. Why is this, right? We don't need to identify it, right? So it's because of this. We didn't do the bad board. At this time, we only need to click on the area where it is glued. To dot it. Then in this small area. And frame it. Then download it. Let's test it now. Hey, see if there is a small triangle here. Right? Here's a small triangle, right? Now it's green. It means it can still recognize this thing. Then we click on the recognition test. You can see the quick recognition rate here. See? Then we increase this a little bit and continue to test. Then we increase it a little more and continue testing. And then a little higher. Okay, pull over here. You can see that. See, this box has turned red. Turning red proves this. The machine has recognized that the glue has been applied. Then he will stop dispensing glue this thing. Then you can take a look. It will jump over when it reaches the middle. See? It will jump over when it reaches the middle. Right. Then you can see this interface. It has recognized it as red, right? And this is the function of the drawing board. Then click this to clear it. We can also draw on it. Draw a larger area so it's easier to recognize. Let's test it. This one is kicked out. This is a bad board, which means the glue has been applied. This is the function of the bad board. This is the bad board. Next, let's look at the hidden track. Hidden track. This is what it literally means. Just draw a few more tracks. Just draw a few more tracks. You can see. This is a. Delete the first article first. Then I draw another one. Then I change this to no. To glue valve. You can take a look. No. One rubber valve is red. Two glue valves. Is then this sometimes everyone has a lot of glue valves. Or the number of tracks you draw is large. Densely packed. It's hard to see. Then we can hide it. If you hide them, it's convenient for you to intuitively watch some of these trajectories. This can be hidden. That's what hidden trajectories do. Then take a look at this positioning. This positioning function. That we can let this needle come alone. Locate to this point or points. Then actually check its location, right? Let's delete the track first. And I'll show you. Okay, I drew this line segment, right? Okay, now we click on this. Click this icon like a sniper rifle first. Locate this first. After positioning, let's change the range of the material box. That's it. We steal this. Or this product. At this time, we still click on this thing. You see here, you see the unrecognized object. Right, let's put this. Delete the bad board for him. And then it's done. That's it. Then it starts here. Then we click this one in the middle. Click this to set the current point. Then you can see that he has located this first starting point. Then we can click this point. Click any point here. Click on it, and then click on the positioning. As you can see, it will be located at the corresponding position. Right. We can also click this. This is the next step. And locate it. Start from the first point, the second point, and the third point. 4 dots, right? And the 5th point. That's it. Then we can also click on it separately. Click on one. This is positioned separately. This is a single position. Which one do you order? It will be positioned there. This is the next step. That is, It is continuously positioned. Click to locate to the next point. This is its function. And let's take a look. I'm in this position. We can say, move it manually. Can you see that? That I can move this. This. What's it for? That we can move its height. The XY axis can't be moved. This is for products with height. We can adjust it up and down slightly. For example, I move it to this height. And then this is the point in the lower right corner. Then we click this point. Then we can click on the current height positioning. This is a setting. You can see the height becomes 3.96. This is practical. For example, if we make products with height, we can use this function to actually measure. After measuring the height, you can directly write it in here. This is a positioning function. Next is open. Open this file. And open some files. I won't demonstrate this to you with the external one. This opening is the same. It opens some files. Next, there are downloading and copying. To download is to click confirm, and then it will be on the main interface. This is the download operation. Let me briefly explain the copy operation to you. Copying means copying the current track. Then copy it to another platform. There is no template on the other platform. You can see that. This is the left camera. Let's click the right camera. And then see if it is this. You can see that there is no template. Let's make a random template first. It's a template. There is no track in it, right? Right. And click on the track inside. And then go back to C and confirm. And then come back to C. Then the track is copied. It's also an operation to copy the track. It's just that it's a bit different from the platform copy. Platform copy copies the template together. It was copied together with this template. But when copying the track, only copies the programming track. But the template is copied. I'll click on the platform copy again. You can see the difference. After clicking on the platform copy, look at the right camera. The template is copied together, so there is a difference between the two. That's all for today's introduction.